Why are your vegetables always turning out mushy? No matter what you do, they still come out mushy. Well, if that's a problem you're having today, I'm going to solve it for you. Hi, I'm Melissa Diane, and I have several tips today that I'm going to share with you to show you how to avoid having mushy vegetables. The vegetables we're going to be using today, we're going to be using some broccoli, some carrots. Look at this carrot, y'all. This thing is huge. This is absolutely a humongous carrot. Anyway, we're going to be doing carrots. We're going to be doing some zucchini. And then we've got some yellow squash and just a few Brussels sprouts over here. The first thing that you do is you're going to get these all cut up. So one of the things to help avoid mushiness with your vegetables is if we're going to be roasting these like we are, you want to cut these vegetables up so that they're as close in size as you can get, fairly uniform chunks from when we place them on our cookie sheet. Now before I cut up the veggies, I do want to show you the type of pan we're going to be using because this will make a difference in your vegetables being a little crispy and being a whole lot less mushy. So what I'd always done before is I would take like my cookie sheet and I would get a piece of parchment paper and I would lay that parchment paper down and then I would put my vegetables on here and I would roast them. And what that does, I've learned, is that parchment paper, when you have it here, because you're going to have some oil on your vegetables, and all of that just creates some steam. So your vegetables, instead of browning and remaining crisp, they're going to become soggier and mushy because you're steaming them because of this parchment paper. So instead of that, let me move this. Instead of that, what we're going to do is we're going to take this pan, and this pan here, it has a wire rack. So if you can use a rack of some type like this and then place those veggies directly on here, then that's going to prevent that steaming and it's going to help them brown, they're going to be less mushy, and they're going to be a lot crisper. Now before I cut the veggies, obviously I washed them, but one of the things that a lot of people forget to do is once you've washed your vegetables, then you do want to take them and you want to dry them. I just pat them really dry. I also do this after I slice them. So after I cut up my veggies, I'll plop them on a towel and I will pat them dry because I want them to be as dry as possible. Again, you're helping to prevent the steaming so that your vegetables are going to be crisper. So I go ahead and I will do that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the rest of all of these vegetables, I'm going to chop them up as uniform as possible, and I'll be back in a few minutes. Our veggies are all cut up, and now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put another towel down on top and just pat them again, just to get off any extra moisture, because you want them to be as dry as possible. So there we go. We've got our veggies, and now I want to go ahead and put some seasoning on them. But what I want to do, so let me back up a second. What I want to do is after I've seasoned them, I'm going to put them here on our cookie sheet with this little tray. But these veggies, they're not all going to cook at the same rate. What I mean by that is your carrots right here, these carrots, they take longer to cook than your zucchini. So I'm going to season these and I'm going to put them in stages. So first of all, we're going to start with our carrots. Let's go ahead and get our carrots. We're going to start with seasoning the carrots. And the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to put just a little bit of olive oil on these carrots. Just a little bit, okay? Now once I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and put on some salt and some pepper and some garlic. And you can use all kinds of seasonings, but this is really simple. This is really simple. It's a good recipe to start with. And y'all, it just tastes fantastic once you get it all done. And then I'm just going to toss these around a little bit. I might put a little bit more pepper on here. And then we're going to go ahead and put these on our cookie sheet. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to put our carrots on. And now what I'm going to do, I've got my carrots on here. And I'm going to go ahead and put these in the oven. And the oven is set on 400. And we're going to go ahead and put these in. And I'm going to set this for just 5 minutes. Because these are going to cook longer than everything else. So I've got those going for about 5 minutes. While that's going, we're gonna go ahead and now put our next veggies. Our next veggie is gonna be our broccoli. So we're gonna go ahead and get our broccoli in our bowl. We got our broccoli and then our Brussels sprouts, because those, they cook not as long as the carrots, but longer than the zucchini. So we're gonna get these all in here. Put a little bit of olive oil. Toss them around, or actually I'm gonna take my little pastry brush that I like to use. Looky here. We're gonna mix these all together. Okay, just kind of get them a little bit of oil on all sides, and then put those same seasonings in. So we're gonna put some salt across the top, and some coarse ground black pepper. Y'all, these are gonna turn out just fantastic. And they're not gonna be mushy. There, we got our garlic powder. We're just gonna toss it a little bit more. Now it is ready. These are all ready now. Oops, I lost one. These are all ready now to go in. So as soon as our timer goes off, we're gonna add these to our sheet pan over here. Okay, so we'll set these here. They're ready to go. Let's get our hot pads out. And let me see, because we'll bring that over here. When they're done, we'll put them on. So probably got about 3 minutes left. Okay, so it's been 5 minutes. Let's go ahead and let's take these out. Here we go. Let's lay these right here. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and, oh yeah, these are already starting to look good. Okay, now we're going to put on our broccoli. Okay, we got all our broccoli and all of our Brussels sprouts on. So let's go back to the oven. And this time, let me check my notes that I made. This time, we're gonna put these on for about 10 minutes. Okay. So we're gonna go for about 10 more minutes. So let me set it. There we go. We got 10 minutes, and then when those come out, we add on our zucchini and our yellow squash. Let's go ahead now. We're gonna put all of our squash, our zucchini in here, get them all seasoned up so they'll be ready to go. While the veggies are cooking for about 10 more minutes, I want to go ahead as I'm getting these seasoned and just show you this little guy. I don't know if you've used one of these or not. This is a little pump that I use as a spray, and that's what I use for my olive oil. And I'll put a link for this in the description section below the video, because I don't know, I think Jay found that a few years back. And I absolutely just love that little guy. It's fantastic for when you need to use just a little bit of oil and it's not messy. So I got to put a little more garlic in here. And if this is being helpful, please pop that little like button. That lets YouTube share my videos with others, and it lets me know what you enjoy. So these are all ready. So as soon as those come out, we'll add these to our sheet pan. Okay, we've gone for 10 more minutes. Let's take these out. Here we go. Y'all, these are looking so nice. Okay, now we're gonna place all of our rest of our veggies on here. We've got zucchini, and we've got our yellow squash. We're going to put these on, and once we get all of these on, we're going to put them back in the oven, and this time we'll put them on for about 15 minutes. Okay, so now I have got all of the veggies completely on. Y'all, look at this. This is absolutely gorgeous. Now we're gonna put these in, and we're gonna go for 15 more minutes, and then we're gonna check them. Okay, our timer just went off, and we've gone for 15 more minutes. So we're gonna bring these out, and we're gonna see what they look like. I can tell you, they just absolutely look gorgeous. Here we go. Oh my goodness, y'all. Y'all looky here. I just took these out of the oven. Look at them. Let me get a close-up picture here for you. Look at this. Oh my goodness. And these definitely do not look mushy. They look nice and roasted and crisp. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna taste them. Okay, so now we're gonna try these and then we're gonna see how they are. So I think what I'm gonna do first is we're gonna reach down here and try one of these squash, this yellow squash right here, and see, y'all look at this. If you can see, it's nice and it's crispy on the outside. The whole outside of that is crispy, and I bet you, let's see, I bet you it's tender on the inside. Oh my gosh, y'all. I love squash. This is so good. Let's try zucchini really quick. Yay. The outside of these, they have a little bit of crisp to them. The inside is nice and it's tender. And y'all, I tell you what, this broccoli, the broccoli looks fantastic. The Brussels sprouts and these carrots, this broccoli. Oh. Now that is good. That is absolutely fantastic. So if you're looking for some other really great side dishes, be sure and check out one of those videos that's popping up, and I'll see you over there in a few minutes. Bye-bye.